Welcome to Book Please Podcast. It's Elina here.
Hey guys, it's Amanda.
Before we begin,
yes,
we're just going to do the thing we have to do every time this happens.
I don't care what anyone says. It was not planned.
We're addressing the rumors now. We're wearing the same shirt again. We are wearing the same crew neck and we didn't plan it. There's something in this that telepathically connects us. We need to speak to a witch or a psychic or somebody.
Alex connects us.
And yes, Alexandria Rising. These are her sweatshirts, her merch for her poetry book, which we absolutely love, Piece of Me. But literally, it doesn't make sense because and there's other things that we have that are the same.
Yeah.
We have our Marlin shirt. We've never both worn it at the same time. We have the shirt the sweatshirt I got us from when I went to Puerto Rico. Mm-hmm. We have the leggings that you bought both of us. It's always this.
This is just comfy. I love this.
It's so comfy,
I live in this.
cozy. I love a crew neck. I literally had seen something somebody posted on Facebook and was like, when it was getting hotter over the summer, they were like, okay, girlies, who work from home, what are we wearing now that it's gotten so hot? We're not wearing our sweats. What cute, comfy outfits are you wearing to work from home that still look whatever, decent? And I was like, we're bumping the AC and we're still wearing our sweats.
I agree. I'm not wearing bottoms, but
no, we've already established that on a previous episode. We are not wearing bottoms. I'll be wearing cute high socks, but that's about it.
Honestly, listen, we need to get our own merch so we can start wearing
We are getting our own merch.
Coming up soon.
If you have any ideas or things you really, really want, let us know because we are in the process of developing merch, which is super exciting. So I can't wait for that. And then we'll really be matching all the time.
Oh, I'm going to live in it. It's going to be pink.
Yes.
Pink and black, pink and black.
Speaking of clothes, I am in the final stretch of moving. I have a couple more days until I move to my new place, which is very exciting but very exhausting.
And it's local.
I'm moving local, only 15 minutes from where I am now in Fort Lauderdale. But I just want to say, I need you to slap me. Literally permission granted, don't arrest her. The next time I buy something and I don't want it, if I do not return it, I need you to abuse me.
Where do you buy stuff from? Because Amazon makes it so easy to return. Literally, you just drop it off.
That's the part. You have to drop it off.
That's the easiest.
I buy things online. I buy things from Fashion Nova. I buy things from Amazon. I buy things from Pretty Little Thing. And I don't return them. I will buy things even from a store in person and not try it on and still not return it. If I have to leave my apartment, it's not getting returned.
It must be on sale because
no, it's not.
Price,
I'm literally sick. I'm sick. Now that I'm moving and I went through all my clothes, shout out to my mommy who came this past week, literally took time off just to help me. And it was the amount of stuff that I don't wear that has tags. I could fill a store.
That's it. You need a Depop.
But I actually have a full bag of clothes for you, by the way. And a lot of them have tags.
Oh, love
that
for me.
So it's a full new wardrobe that you rightfully deserve as my best friend and sister. You have access to all my clothes, even my own. But you should. But
obviously, we like wearing the same stuff.
Literally. But it's so toxic of me. I can't believe. I want to invent. I was even talking about Amanda and I do this all the time. We try and think of and we get mad when somebody invents something that's so simple and damn it, why didn't we think of that? We're trying to be the next Shark Tank people to come up with something so simple that's damn it. But this is a complex one, but maybe a service that's Uber, but don't steal my idea. You heard it here first. But what about something that's I've thought about this, a return service where you give them,
so you're gonna pay more money to return instead of just going to return it.
Yeah, you send them. What if it's a cheap subscription monthly and they just pick up your packages outside your door, or they pick up your returns and they package them and they put the slip together and they do all of the thing and they fill out the form for you and you're done. You
I'm
just
sure
put it outside your door.
Like you out there.
It's so bad. It's really. At least I would get some money back, hopefully, that way.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
You just gotta once a week, every Friday, be what shopping
like
did
my
I do?
mom.
And then just for me, when I do some shopping, and I want to return stuff, I'm like, okay, Saturday morning before I go to the gym, I'm going to go drop the stuff off at Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Like, very easy.
Yeah, no, that's great.
But then I'm annoyed trying to find the
In
barcode in
theory.
my email. I'm
It's
like,
just
ugh.
so much effort. It sounds like really bad. Like, I'm not by any means like balling or anything. It's like I just act like, oh, it's okay. Like,
You're not the first. There's plenty of you out there.
so
Plenty.
bad.
If you like her, let us know.
Yes, please let us know. How have you been, Lovey? I can't. You look so pretty, and you haven't been feeling so good. You're a little sicky, and you look gorgeous.
I literally was telling her I cannot wait to blow my nose.
I'm
after
like,
this.
how do you look stunning, like glowing to the
Fake
gods,
it till you make it,
like a goddess.
So this weekend, because I have been feeling under the weather,
yes,
and don't come at me for me going out a little sick, like just a little cold.
It's
and I went to
a
the
little
movies.
cold.
You
She's
know,
having her
spaced
zinc and her
out.
elderberry.
Oh yes, of course.
Yes.
I live by that stuff.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, I feel something. I'm like Amazon. Next
Yes.
day.
Yep. Exactly.
I went to the movies and I saw Speak No Evil. Have you seen it? Like
No.
trailers for it.
Okay.
It got such great reviews.
Okay.
And I was like, okay,
It's a
can't wait to
horror
watch
movie?
it. Yeah, it's like thriller, horror.
Okay.
And the guy from what is he in? Where he's like he has multiple personalities. Split.
Charades.
Split. You've seen
know.
Split?
No, I haven't.
No.
Uh-uh.
With Patricia?
No.
Oh. Okay. So, anyways, there's a main guy in it that's very
Come
famous.
on. We gotta get
Type in
this guy.
Split. You
Or
definitely
what about
know
if
him.
I type in Speak No Evil? Let's see.
Well, yeah, but I feel like he's known for like the Split series.
I saw these people playing like Heads Up. You know that game?
I
Heads
love
Up?
Heads Up.
We should play it on the pod one day.
Oh, that would be fun.
Because I've seen people play it and it's so funny and
we could do like Fourth Wing or something.
and see how. Oh my god, yes! And I want to see how like we do like telling each other the clues.
I would get so frustrated if you weren't getting it. I was giving you the best clues and you didn't get it.
Actually, I have to say I'm so good at like charades and those kinds of things, and Heads Up. So I think
Yeah.
we would do well. Are you talking about? I don't even know these people in Speak No Evil.
The main guy.
Is James McAvoy the main guy?
Yes.
Top left
yes,
corner.
he's the one that's in Split. No idea.
Okay, not a
Well,
clue.
he's good at
Well,
playing a
I've seen him.
psycho.
I've
He's
seen
really
him.
good at playing psychos.
Okay.
So I was so excited. I was like, Rotten Tomatoes gave it good. Audience gave it good because, you know, I'm crazy on my reviews.
Yes.
And he's like for movies and he's like an 80
She's
and
a
higher.
review
So I was
queen.
like, okay,
Yes.
decent. Oh, when I tell you this shit was dragging, I'm like, oh, let's get to it. Like, it's one of those kind of like reading a book. It drags, and then the ending's like, bam, you know? So I was just like, all right. I mean, I was ready to walk out, but at least the ending happened.
Have you ever walked out of a movie?
I fell asleep at a movie. Yeah, I've walked out. And I could tell you which movie it is.
Tell me.
I don't pronounce it right. The Miserables. What is that musical one?
Oh, here we go with the guessing games again. I don't know.
The Miserables with What's her name? Anne Hathaway? No? Well, anyways, I didn't know it was a musical and it was singing
Les
the whole
Mis?
time. That.
Bitch. I'm sitting here going, what is she trying to say?
Is Anne Hathaway in that?
Oh
Or did I
my
make that up?
God. Yeah, I don't know who's
Guys,
in
if
it.
you watch, I'm not good at names and I'm not good at like sayings, like, you know,
We
like
know.
I'm not, yeah.
She gives this disclaimer like
All the
every
time.
once
So I don't
in
want
a
people to be
while.
like that dumb bitch. I know my
yeah,
flaws.
Anne Hathaway is in it.
Yes.
I knew she was, but I was like, hold on.
Yeah. So I didn't realize it was a musical. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, it's gonna stop, right?
I love it.
And they kept singing. Don't get me wrong. Like I love Hairspray.
Yeah.
I love Sweeney Todd.
We're gonna
but
go see
this
Wicked.
one,
We're
I
gonna-
love Wicked. Like,
Yes.
but this one just wasn't doing it for me. And I was like, I can't. I like, you know, when
Yeah.
you're not in the mood for a
Yep.
musical. I was
Yes.
not in the mood for it.
Yeah, you were like, I wasn't. You need to mentally prepare to be like, I know this is a musical.
Yeah, I didn't. So
That
I walked
for
right out.
sure.
I was just like, oof.
You didn't know Les Mis was a musical.
No.
See, that's the other problem
Yeah,
here. I
like-
mean, you got what you deserve. That is funny. That
You're
is
welcome.
really.
I paid for those tickets.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Well,
was
you-
supportive.
Yes, there you go, Annie. So you had recommended that we watch that, or that I watch Blink twice. I hear everybody talking about it. So next week I'll
Yes. I won't dive into it
don't
now,
quote
but
me for next week. Maybe next week or the following week
Okay.
because it's moving week and I'm in absolute chaos.
no, you're fine.
But after I keep telling people I will be a human when my move is done.
Of
like
course,
I'll
we
see
all
you when
will.
my move is done. We can do meetings. We can do this, that, whatever after the move.
Yeah, moving's a
But
mission.
yeah, so I will watch that within
Everyone
the next
else
week
watch
or two.
it?
Blink twice. It's supposed to be amazing.
So good. I think what's her name? Kravitz.
Yes, Zoe Kravitz.
She directed or produced it or whatever film people do. She's behind it.
I'm
and
really
she
loving how
killed
this
it.
is going.
She I know. I'm like.
This
on
is
one
one of
today.
the. It's like a
This is
guessing
normal
game
me.
this week.
Normal me.
This is how
I'm
we're
like
doing
read
it.
between the lines of who I'm talking about.
You know what I have to say? I'm gonna talk a little bit of shit for a second. Like,
Mhm.
okay, like we're just like thinking of things on the top of our head, but like when we need our shit together, we have a guest. Like, we're going to do our homework. Like, we're going to kill it. We're going to be absolutely like,
And
on
if I don't
top.
fucking judge me.
No, but like
I'm
we
kidding.
are, like, we really work hard and we plan shit and whatever. And, you know, like, okay, if you just happen to mention something that comes to mind, that's fine.
Mhm.
But I had seen, you know, Caitlin Bristow.
Yes.
She has a podcast.
Mhm.
She had Aubrey O'Day on, who is from Danity Kane.
Oh, okay.
She is, I love Aubrey O'Day. And like this queen
She's
has
the
been,
blonde chick, right?
yes, and she has been speaking her mind
I think
about
she was on
Diddy and all that
Baddies.
stuff. No, she was on that show Making the Band. It was Diddy's. Was she on Baddies?
I think so. Hold
No
on.
way.
The blonde chick?
Aubrey O'Day? Anyways.
I was just so
Aubrey
mad no
O'Day-
one hit her. Yeah, she was on Baddies.
What?
Yep. And I was like, they must be paying her for like for showing up.
Just a
because-
cameo.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
it's
that's not
just-
really, well, whatever. We know
It
her
was
for
out of
Making the
place. Yeah,
Band.
but go ahead.
You know the song Damaged?
Yes, it's
Like, she was
Don't
the
make me start singing it.
star. Yes, I love that song.
singing it in my head.
Can you fix my Heart?
Cause it's D.
It's a musical episode.
I'm done.
I'm done. So anyway, she had
crop this
Aubrey
out.
on, who has been preaching about Diddy. We shouldn't even say the devil's name and give him attention. She's been speaking out about, because he's the one who like had Making the Band, and like
Mhm.
she was in his
She would
band,
know,
and like
yeah.
she has been from day one the number one advocate to be like, stay the fuck away, like this man is toxic. She even went on Caitlin Bristow's podcast and was like, I can't speak on things I want to say right now. I wish I could run my mouth, but
Mhm.
after certain things happen, maybe legally she can't say something. She's like, after whatever happens and I can speak, she's like, I'll come back if I'm still alive. And I was like, oh my God, Aubrey.
That
and
man be taking out hits. I know. I
yes,
won't say who.
Yes,
Rest
Kim
in peace.
Porter and
Oh, I was thinking
Tupac
Tupac.
and everybody else. But anyways, don't come for
I
us,
know, they're
Diddy.
gonna be
We're
like-
too small. You don't care about us.
Everyone
but
else is saying it. We're just repeating it.
So she was on Caitlin Bristow's podcast, and Caitlin, this is where it counts, okay?
Mhm.
Caitlin didn't know who she, like, okay, she might have known who she was, but she's sitting there going like, oh, like you were in this band. That was you guys? Oh my God, you sang Damaged? Oh my God. Like she's sitting, if I were Aubrey, I would have walked the fuck out. Like, how do you disrespect your guest to that? Like, you didn't even prep whatsoever to know who's sitting across from you at a table who spent their time to come into your studio.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
I was like, girl, like,
Mm.
seriously. Sometimes, like, some of the things she says on there, too, she kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Mm.
I'm like, she talks too much about her ex and disrespects her ex's new relationship. Like, I can't.
Anything for views.
Literally.
Do you, sis?
Do you, sis? I mean, I don't condone it, but
Yeah.
whatever. I love Cat Stickler, though. Anyways, Caitlin, don't come for me either. Did you used to watch Sister Sister?
Of course.
Oh, my God.
I used to
Growing
think-
up.
But now when you look back, I'm like, come on. Like,
What?
like the way they make them like meet, like, you know, like they
Tia and
didn't-
Tamera?
Well, yeah, they didn't know that they had, it was just,
Yes.
it was
It's
interesting.
very Parent Trap.
Very Parent Trap. There you go. Exactly.
I loved Sister Sister. It was
Mhm.
like a part of my childhood growing up. I watched that all the time. Smart Guy with their brother. I watched all those. Oh my God, Boy Meets World. I could just go on.
Ah,
But Sister Sister, it just reminded
you were definitely
me.
a Lizzie McGuire girl.
You know that.
Yeah.
Like she was. Lizzie was my queen.
But you know,
my queen.
I would say Hillary Duff turned out great. So like,
absolutely incredible.
So I'll give it to you.
Yeah, thank you for being so
Sorry,
kind.
I'm still on the. Let me stop.
She's going through a phase. Okay, leave her alone. But she's an advocate for the right things, and I love like that she's in therapy and this and that. So let's leave Ari alone. Okay, bye.
Okay.
Okay. So Sister Sister is making some waves because Tia and Tamera, like there have been some rumors flying that like they're not that close anymore. I'm like, they're fucking twins. Like not even sisters, you're twins. Okay. And there's been these things going on that they're like, okay, they're not that close. And like one of the sisters, I believe it was Tia, who was like going through divorce, had made a comment and was like, oh, like, you know, it's been really tough. I wish I was close with my sisters.
Which one's the one that's on The View?
I want to say, or
I'm
was
just-
it The Real or something?
Oh yeah, maybe one of those.
One of
shows.
those.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
that was Tamera.
Okay. Okay. I was just
And
curious.
now Tia is like going through this divorce and all this stuff. And she had made a comment. She's like, these are the times where I wish I was close with my sister still so that I could just like call her up. And then their PR team tried to like do damage control. It was like, no, the sisters are close. She just meant in proximity. So like then it comes out now Tia is actually going to have her own reality show.
Oh,
and
shit.
this is why I'm bringing it up, because I
Yeah.
was like, oh my God, how cool. And then they're talking to Tamera about her sister's show. And she basically was like, no, I mean, you know, Tia's doing Tia, like, great, but I found out with the rest of the world. And I'm like, okay, so her team tried to play off that comment, but like, it's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. I mean, my mom's a twin, and I would
Yeah.
say my mom and my aunt are very close. But I think, like, you know, I would think twins would be super, super tight, but they're like normal sister close too, you know? Like, I feel like I do believe that, like, if one gets hurt, the other one may feel it and not even know what's happening. I do believe that.
No, they have this otherworldly bond. Like, they're
Yes.
not sisters, they're twins. Have you ever seen those videos where it's like you have twins separated in like different rooms or behind a wall, and they tell them to do something and they're like, raise a hand, this, that, they do everything the same way without even seeing each other. Like, I feel like that bond, they even say like when one twin dies, the other doesn't live as long, or they get sick the same, or things like that. Like, you're so close. And to me, it's like such a shame and so sad that they are literally to this point where you're like maybe not even like speaking at all, to the point where you don't know that your sister has a show coming out, like even through the grapevine.
Yeah.
To me, it's like, if it's your fucking sister, excuse my language, like, unless she sleeps with your man, like, you have a relationship. Like, what is the bar?
Even if they weren't twins, like sisters, like, you would think they would at least,
Yeah.
like, I get, like, I feel like I think about how they grew up and they did everything together. They had a show together,
Yes.
you know, and then they grow apart. They start families, things
Yeah.
happen, but I would think you talk at least every day.
Yeah. And even
We
if you
talk every
don't,
day.
exactly. And even if you don't, to be cordial, like, I
Yeah.
just find it like, you don't even know just like those little things, and we don't know what's going on. Like, there's rumors about different things. Like, there's even rumors about like that politics came between them, like they're on different sides. And I'm like, God, but that's so stupid. Like,
being a twin must also be
I have
hard,
family
though.
members who
Like,
aren't
what if I'm the ugly
politically the
twin?
same as I am.
No, I'm kidding.
No, oh my God, that's
They
a thing.
probably,
Like, one of them's a hater.
Yeah,
I mean, they
exactly.
look enough alike, and they're both beautiful. So it's not like there's an
Yes,
ugly
no,
duckling in this scenario.
I'm like, who knows? Maybe one was borrowing too many of the clothes. They were
I'm
just like,
dead.
"Fuck this bitch."
No, but I'm like, really? Unless she fucking slept with your husband, like, why are you not speaking to your
another
twin?
thing.
It's
Now
not
that we're
even
down,
your sister.
now that we're like on the twin like rabbit hole, I'm like, you know, imagine like dating a twin. And then, like, I know you're attracted to my sister because you're attracted to me. But, like, you know, obviously they have different personalities. It's just, I don't know.
That's actually mad true. That is true. But I will say, mannerisms and personality and vibe changes a person so much. Like, you could see a picture of a person and be like, oh my God, and then you meet them and you're like, absolutely not. Like, as soon as they just start like moving around, speaking,
this is like that thing that we did where the girl was like, she uses her twin sister's photos on dating because she just has like
on dating apps, she uses her twins' pictures because her like aesthetic and the way she like sits and the way that her pictures come out
which
are more
I find
photogenic.
fucked up, because it's like, I know you look the same, but it's not you. When you take pictures with your spouse, they're gonna be like, what the hell, you don't look like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it really depends. Like, in order to make a determination on that, I would have to see both photos.
Yes, I was so mad that it dropped
girl,
views,
and I need to see like what she put out.
I need to view it.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it makes me sad, and it's obviously like nostalgic. Like, we grew up with these girlies, and I feel like nobody knows the things they've been through the best like each other. So it is sad to see, and I hope it's just like, even the show description was shady. Like, the show description was like, get to know Tia, like, and her independence, like, and who she is away from her sister, like aside from her sister. And I was like that's a crazy.
Yeah.
She doesn't even know the show's coming out, and you're putting her ass in the description.
I want the tea. I want to know what the drama is.
What's
Someone
the
did
Tia
something.
Tamera?
Tell us. Stop playing. Who slept with whose man?
Let us know. Next up on the pod, Tia
I'm
Tamera.
kidding.
Who wants to come on first?
What a couple.
I'm dead. We'll separate y'all. Like, maybe we need Taj, the little brother, to come on and be like, listen, what's up with your sisters?
She was supposed to bring over a casserole. And
is he like one on one side? I need to know. I need answers.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Actually, our social media people dive deep. Let us know.
Yeah,
Put in the comments.
I need one of those people to tag us in those TikToks that are like, here's a deep dive on all the things. And she said this in February, and then she said this in July. I love going down those deep dives, and it consumes me.
I love it. She didn't show up for Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
what is the beef?
Right. Those. Love those. Oh my God. It just sends me. Okay. another show that we should talk about. Honestly, if you need to cry, watch The Golden Bachelorette.
I could cry over anything.
Oh my God, me too.
I could stare at you right now and think of something and cry. I'm not gonna do that.
Ready, set, go. Honestly, I feel you, and it's so funny. Like I don't know what even my boyfriend said to me the other day. He was like making a joke that he threw out the sheets that I got him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I threw them out," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Don't cry, don't cry." And I'm like, "I'm not fucking gonna cry, motherfucker." Like
you're like an emotional attachment
I'm
to that.
fine.
Those were our first
they're
sheets.
gorgeous sheets. Our first. It's the first time. I'm sorry, Mom. I was joking.
I meant like first.
I know.
Your head went there, not mine. I didn't.
Okay, let's keep it classy. Let's talk
Anyways,
about the Golden Bachelorette. Honestly, best fucking show to come out of this franchise in a while. Like even better than the Golden Bachelor. He was a tool. Like I love Joan Vassos. She's an amazing first Golden Bachelorette, and the men are so amazing.
Oh my God, they're so sweet. I just they're like little grandpas, and I just wanted to like hug them all, and I wanted to be like, this one's so cute, but like I like this one better for her.
Yes, I know. Like there's this one little Asian man. He was so cute that I'm like, I don't know if I could see her with him, but he's just so precious. I just want to hug him. Like half the dads in there, I was like, I just want to like give them a hug. And they're so well spoken and so sweet. And then they show like compilations of their kids, and they talk about the stories of how they lost their wives. And I'm like,
I don't mean to laugh at
blubbering mess.
I'm thinking about the guy that brought the book of his gardening. He likes to garden. And he's showing her all the flowers
I'm-
that he gardened. He's like, I'm very proud about this one. The blue sticks out. And I'm just
really
like, my heart.
dead.
My
I know.
heart.
It's like you can't take how precious and funny.
It's
and
funny you
silly.
brought this up because I actually started watching it today.
Which I'm shocked about.
And because there's nothing else. I've seen all trash TV. I've seen it all.
Yes.
Baddies doesn't come out till Sunday night.
Yes. We're waiting for you to watch Baddies.
So when they started telling her story, and she's talking about her first husband, and you know, I don't mind sharing, but I'm like going through like a relationship breakup myself, and I'm like, she had 33 years with this man, and she's gonna find love again. I'm like, I can't even keep one man for a few years.
It. That's not true.
But her story was just so
reframe because the men can't keep you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have a standard, and you are a fucking.
That's what I meant by that. But I
10.
meant like, damn, why can't I find someone to appreciate me how I appreciate them? That's what I meant.
100.
But I was just like it was just so beautiful because it was like her, like I had this chapter, like I love this man so much. He was a great father, great husband.
Yeah.
And you know,
love of her life.
Yeah, you know, and telling the story how
gave
he
her beautiful
passed,
kids,
and she wasn't there, and I was just like, stop it, stop it. I was,
she was. Falling. She talked about how when he passed, she wasn't in the room. OMG.
Spoiler alert.
I mean, well, everyone knows because that's why she's on the show now, because she's trying to find love later in life, but she's had a beautiful life up until this point. And a lot of the men have been through similar things. Yes. They've lost their wives and they want a second chance at love, like later in life. And I love the premise of it, but I just feel like this one in particular, it's like there's a great group of guys. She's wonderful. I like it better than the Golden Bachelor, like already. Like I'm like, oh my God. And I was I was crying. Kelsey, who won the season with Joey and they're engaged. I love her. Her dad is the most precious gem.
So sweet.
He is one of the contestants vying for Joan's heart, and I swear, if he doesn't win, he better be Golden Bachelor.
See, I was a little salty because I was like, damn. He already got
has a leg up
because so
I
was
thought
a little
the same thing.
But he's sweet.
But he didn't get the first impression, Rose. The guy who did, I love him with the station wagon. Like that guy was so. I literally was like, he's a front runner for me, and she picked him. So
he's very down to earth, sweet, like a good match for her too. I
totally. Like. So I was also thinking like, okay, well this works. It would break my heart like for Kelsey's dad, but at the same time, and it's not fully fair also because we already love him from before. But I feel like he would be a great Golden Bachelor even if he doesn't make it.
Yeah, but maybe they'll, be each other.
That would be crazy.
One thing I do want to say is, I feel like the whole Bachelorette, like kind of like you said, I feel like it kind of went downhill. And also, if you think about it, they're so young finding love. Whereas, like this kind of shows people that there's still hope. You can still fall in love. It's never too late, and I love that. I love that I'm just like, oh, grandma, getting you on the show. No,
for real. A lot of them, it's like their kids and their grandchildren that are signing them up. It just, it's such a beautiful thing. And did you hear what she said about the fantasy suites?
No.
So she actually had the show this season Make a Change, where she's like I really think for me, she's like, I'm not judging anybody on the way they want to do it. And that's great. I personally am not looking to like be intimate with anyone, especially not multiple people like during the season.
Aw.
So she was like, I think it's so important to have this time on the show, to have no cameras and have our private time. But I did ask that they remove the beds so that it's not about anything physical or intimacy, but just so that we can have a fantasy suite where we have the cameras off and we get to know each other and everything's raw and real and we're being ourselves, but there's no like pressure or any type of indication that we're going to be physical, because that's not what it's about. But she just wants to have that time to like emotionally and like connect.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
you know, you need that.
Of course. And I feel like, no offense, but like I mean, I think like that's like the last thing on there. Like they want to grow old with someone.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
it's more, it's like way deeper. Whereas like young people is all about attraction and having that chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, whereas with them, it's like, can I see myself growing old?
Yeah.
So, like, is this my, you know, like who I want to spend the rest of my life with?
Sure. And you need that time to like remove the veil, like turn off the cameras and you can just be unfiltered, fully yourself. Like, okay, like how you're really feeling and say shit that maybe you weren't fully comfortable to say. And I feel like that makes it even more like deep and special in a different way.
Oh, yeah. I like the whole meeting family part. Like that's huge. You know, it's like, do you fit in with mine? Do I fit in with yours? Kind of thing. Because they have like kids, grandkids. It's not just like, you know, their parents.
Yeah. And also like seeing how they're going to make it work, because it's not as easy as The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, where now they have like full families and they have rooted homes. And like that's what happened in the past with Gary when he got engaged. They were saying like they were states apart. They were going to figure it out and they didn't. And they both have like their families.
That's hard.
You know, different places. And they ended up like not being able to find where they're going to settle down.
And all of these people are family oriented.
Yeah.
Like, she's a great mother.
I love her. And I love that they gave her this season, because she wasn't like the runner up or like at the end, but she left kind of in the middle. And I loved her. She left such an impression on Gary too. I'm glad she didn't end up with him.
Her reason for leaving too was made sense.
How she
family
left.
First.
Her daughter was postpartum. She was struggling mentally, and she gave her a call and she's like, I'm out. I gotta go.
Oh,
and I was like, queen.
So
and then there was, I know. And then there was another woman on the season that missed her daughter's wedding. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't relate to you. Oh my God, you getting emotional is going to make me cry. We're going to be in the same sweatshirts and we're going to be crying.
Oh, so cute.
I love you.
I love you.
Like literally, I could be having the worst day ever. And then I just like see you and we're here. And I'm like, you're my medicine. You're so cute. And I literally can't with your little heart.
You're going to make your man jealous.
He ain't jealous. He gets enough. Sometimes I'm sure he's like, okay, have your space.
God, we're just such lovers. I feel like I love love.
I know.
And I can't wait to see who she ends up with. Like, it's going to be beautiful.
Okay,
I'm done.
Yes. And I'm so glad you're watching.
Because there's nothing else to watch.
Yeah, but now we can watch it together, and that makes my heart happy.
And everyone's talking about it, so I'm like, okay, let me get in the know.
Yes.
Like, I only have a podcast.
This is our job.
I know.
I'm so proud of you, because we didn't like plan this, and thank God.
Have you been watching The Circle?
Yes, I've watched The Circle. I don't know if the next batch of episodes came out.
I only watched the first batch.
Yes,
yeah,
same.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what I mean. There's literally nothing else.
We'll see that later when
we can go through it all. Yeah,
things happen at the end of that one, but
it's the huge.
Yeah, it's the huge. We should. Amanda and I kind of want to go on The Circle. Let us know if you want to watch
my God,
us
together. Wouldn't that be
great?
we
would be like the two. You know how sometimes they have two people. Like we could be. It could be us. Because my ass isn't gonna be okay in just like a room by myself.
We could be chatting with the Spice Girls. Remember
that? God, that was crazy. And Lance Bass was like on it.
Yes.
Yes. So you just never know.
Never know.
Okay, let's get into our book, because I cannot wait to hear what you thought. So Reminders of Him, we read chapters 10 through 19 this week. And I cannot, I'm just getting back in my feels of one of my favorite books.
But you know how it ends, so that's exciting, where I'm more the thing I love most about this romance book is there's layers.
Yeah.
And nothing drags. I hate a whole playing hard to get. It's straight to the point.
2/3 of the book. I know. It's so annoying, and it's it drags out. I feel like it was super realistic. We are as soon as she basically where we left off, we started this next section of chapters, and she goes to in front of Grace and Patrick, and immediately Ledger puts it together. He's like, what is Nicole doing here? And then he's like, oh my God, it's fucking Kenna. He's not sitting here huh? What?
Yeah. Playing dumb. Yeah,
it
that would
clicks
fucking
all
annoy
of us.
me.
You're oh, hello. A girl shows up, on my age, this, that. She's outside the house. Obviously, this is Kenna. And it's real. Even the way that he's not like so turned off for the entire book till the end, and then she's like, please let me convince you. Like he's
Exactly.
in real time conflicted. He's like, damn, like I love how Roman is kind of checking him and being like, listen, like, you know, a little bit better than that. You're the type of
Yep.
person that gives people the benefit of the doubt. Like, you also have to think like what this is doing to her. And like
Yeah.
he's fully conflicted.
I agree. Like playing devil's advocate kind of helps because it's like you grew up with that family.
Yeah.
You were best friends with Scotty.
Yeah.
Like you are in your feels, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like she's someone that hasn't known him as long as everyone else. You know, who knows what she's going through?
Yeah.
She could have lost the man of like who? I mean, I still want to know what happened that night.
Yeah.
So that's the part where I'm like, I need details. Was he driving and then, you know, she didn't know what to do and like
Right.
left? Or is it just blatantly like, you know, she left him there. She was drinking and driving and she just thought about herself and was young and dumb.
And had to get out of the
Yeah.
situation.
So I just want more answers to that. But the more I learn about her, the more we're uncovering that she wasn't the one smoking. The mom was passing judgment when she shouldn't have.
Yes.
And Scotty genuinely loved her. And Ledger, I feel like, is trying to be very human because he sees the kind of person she is.
Yeah.
And I also love like Colleen, girl. Even when they first met, like, you know, in real life, like if you meet someone out, you could be attracted to them. You may want to. So I like that all that happens and it's not all like, oh, let's wait for them to like do things.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, I'm attracted to you. Let's do it. You know, like I like that.
Like we had a little moment. Like
we had
who
our
cares?
moment.
That's fine.
Exactly.
It's allowed.
Exactly.
Yes, I love that. I love like the little moments too that we're learning about the relationship through the letters, the plates at the checkout, the little hand thing. I
was like, you didn't buy her that $4,000 ring?
No. Know. Maybe coming soon. I don't know.
So I think we leave off where we kind of learn about her and Scotty more, like their relationship, how she first met the parents, and how they have this like premeditated like thought about her.
Impression of her.
Yeah, exactly. Premeditated. You guys know with my words. Thank you for finishing. You know, helping me collect myself. But I do think, there you see, my journalist best friend. I think he is going to come around. He's going to like get to know her, but I also think he's being super protective. You know, he's been seeing her grow up. He's basically like a father figure-ish, uncle, if anything.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to hurt her, but he's kind of seeing like, you know, she wants to be a mother. Like, but he has a lot of questions too.
Right. Like they're unfolding, but he's still open-minded. Like he's still trying to give somewhat of a benefit of a doubt. And we also learned about her own mom, which answered your question from last week about kind of like, why do they have...
Where's her family?
Yeah, and I love how she's like real about it, where she's not like, they fucking stole my kid. Like they're like, no, the people who raised Scotty, the man I loved, I would love to raise my baby and have my baby, but I just want some rights to like be able to somehow be in my kid's life still. And like her dirty ass mom, this bitch, comes to the jail and she's like, what do you need me for? Like, I'm not doing this for you. Like,
you haven't called me in a few years.
She was a foster kid. Like her mom was ass. Like,
and she turned out great. I mean, minus the accident, I feel like that's the only like character judgment I have for her. I'm like, she seems great. You know, she loved Scotty's family, like how they raised him. But now I'm also like, but why would you leave this man? Yeah, he could have been saved. Like I'm not. I know she's gonna put it together eventually. Yeah. But I also wonder if she speaks the truth to the mom that like, you know, back then, or which I think is irrelevant now because you know she'll get to know her if they do get to see. Yeah. Or have her in the life, but I hope she ends up with Ledger. I think that'll be sweet. They get to raise her together. I mean, I don't know what's up with him and Scotty sharing chicks. Like, obviously, this ain't the first time, but
it happens. I mean, the thing is, at least they didn't know in the very beginning. Yes. But it is what it is. It was so precious when she took the scrunchie from his car.
Girl,
she's
I wanted
like,
to cry. I was like,
tearing. She's like, I wore it for the rest of the day. I was like, oh,
she's like, she has my hair color. Does she look like me? And I'm like, Ledger, answer her.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine how that feels? Oh my goodness.
She's way better than me. I'd be freaking stalking that house just to get a glimpse. Like, I would want to just see.
You know who I love? Lady Diana. She's so...
Oh, she's so shit. I love her. She's like, we don't be friends whether you like it or not.
Yeah, she's like, we don't like him. Okay.
Jerk.
Yeah, I love it. I love that she has like the rogue cat. Like all the little details are so funny. I love that she named the cat after Ivy, who was the queen in prison for her. Like, was that bitch for her. And then she like read up on things and
And I would say too, like most people that kind of like I'm not saying all people, but some people that grew up in shitty homes, like how she had it. You know, not having her mother around, she wants to beat that statistic. She wants to be there for her kid. Yeah, she has a good heart, which I love. You know, for how she grew up, I think I'm just like, oh, You're going to see your kid one day. I
I
know it.
know.
I know it.
I
I think it's
know.
going to be for the birthday party because they keep talking about how it's coming up.
Oh,
So I'm like,
great prediction.
it's going to be for the party.
Stay
Has to be.
tuned. Okay, so for next week, we are going to be reading chapters 20 to 33 in Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. I'm so excited, and I'm also sad. I love to be reliving it. I almost wish I could be reading it for the first time, but it's still just giving me everything that it gave. So I can't wait to get into these next chapters.
And I just want to say, like, I usually like a twisted ending, but I would be happy if this had a happy ending.
Thank God. You're giving me everything I needed, and thank you for being gentle because I love this book. And it needs to be a movie, so somebody get on it. Maybe we should. We should.
No, they're gonna ruin it if the book's so good.
I know, but It Ends With Us was a great movie.
That's true.
Despite all the stupid drama around it, it was a great movie.
You're right.
They could do it.
I'm open-minded.
I believe in them. I do, as long as it looks and feels exactly how I think it does.
All right, fine. If you are watching on YouTube, please make sure to subscribe. We're also on TikTok and Instagram at Book Please Podcast. Thanks, guys.